purchased it at an auction, the question is going to be what are the rules that that auction has? First and foremost, when we're in an auction setting, which is actually why if I'm out there as a consumer looking for a car, an auction car is one of the best buys I'm going to find versus one that's just come off of a private seller. When a dealer buys at an auction, what happens? When I go in to register at the auction, I've got certain obligations as a buyer. When I sign up, I have certain obligations as a seller and certain general rules that apply to the auction. When we go ahead and I actually buy or sell a car at the auction, there's an agreement between the buyer in the auction, the seller in the auction, and the two parties in terms of when the transaction actually occurred. So Michael, the first question is going to be to answer what are the rules of that particular auction regarding the dealer's rights to be able to bring that car back. Generally speaking, if the car hasn't been represented or was misrepresented, it was thought to have a clean title or being sold with a green light, which means it's ready to go, and you turn out to have a title defect, the dealer probably has the right to go back to the auction, and the auction will make that other dealer repurchase the vehicle. Now we need to be careful there because we then start talking about has a salvage history. What does that mean and how did they come to learn that? Is it actually on the title itself or just in the computer for the new car dealership? So I'm going to assume in this particular case it's not just going into the computer and the car was in an accident in the dealership and it's in the dealership's computer, but actually we've had someone like the state of Ohio that issued a salvage title. And remember, we still have issues out there because of the lack of uniformity among the states. What is salvage in one state may not be salvage in another. So it's not always as easy as saying, well, it's a prior salvage vehicle because under that particular state's laws it may not have qualified as salvage. So it's not as easy as it first appears. But what that dealer should do first and foremost is go back to the auction where they purchased the vehicle, check the rules and regulations, and work with the auction to try and figure out what rights and responsibilities the parties have to resolve the transaction.